It's MrDoTheMath here, and today I want to talk to you guys about finding the x and y intercepts of linear functions. Earlier I showed you guys how to do that on with system of equations and graphing system of equations to find the intersecting point. But now we want to find the x and y intercepts of just y linear functions. Okay? And so in order to find these, you must know the definition. The x-intercept now, simply put, is the place on a line where the y equals 0. Okay? And so that's simply the place where the line crosses the x-axis, if we think about x and y. So it's the place on the line where it crosses the x-axis. And the y-intercept is the opposite. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. So that's going to be the place on the line where it crosses the y-axis. So if I were to draw a negative line like this, an example of the x and y intercept, an example of the x and y intercept would be here for the x-intercept. That's where this line crosses the x-axis. And here for the y-intercept, that's the place where this line crosses the y-axis. Okay? Now, if we're not given a line or a picture of a line, then we can find it algebraically as well. Let's look at this example here. Y equals 2x plus 1. Okay? This is how you would solve. This is how you would figure out the x and y intercept. Let's do the x-intercept first. Alright? To find the x-intercept again, you set y equals 0. Okay? That means that y becomes 0, and then you end up with 2x plus 1. From here, you're going to just solve for this x. First thing you want to do is get the 2x alone. Because this is positive here, we have to do the inverse operation. So we're going to subtract 1 to both sides of the equal sign. 1 minus 1 is 0 here. 2x comes straight down, right? And then here we just do this operation. 0 minus 1 minus 1, okay? Now we have negative 1 equals 2x. From here you want to get the x completely alone by getting rid of this 2. Since this is 2 times x, we have to do the opposite of 2 times x, which would be to do what? Divide by 2, yes. So you're going to divide both sides by 2. When you divide here, this becomes 1. And now x will equal negative 1/2. And that is our x-intercept. Now x and y intercepts are places on a line, which means that they have to be represented as an ordered pair. And so with ordered pairs, remember, the x comes first, the y comes second. So for this problem here, the x-intercept would be negative 1/2, 0. That is the x-intercept. Now let's look at the y-intercept. The y-intercept, again, is the place where x equals 0. So looking at the same function, let's solve for y. In order to do that, set x equal to 0. So here, this would be y equals 2 times 0, because x is 0 now, plus 1. Okay? 2 times 0, 0. So y is going to equal 1. And that's it. So now let's represent this as an ordered pair. Y comes second, so x comes first. X is 0. X is 0. So it's going to be 0, 1. So your y-intercept is 0, 1. Our x-intercept, negative 1/2, 0. Y-intercept, 0, 1. And then from here, we just plot these 2 points and connect the dots, and we've created our line. That is yet again another way to graph lines or linear equations. All right. So again, to review, the x-intercept is the place where the y equals 0 in the equation, and the y-intercept is when x equals 0. Okay. So when you're just trying to graph and you have to do it quickly, you can use this route. You can use the x and the y-intercepts to graph the line. So we'll plot these 2 points, connect the dots, and we've created our line. MrDoTheMath out.